So in our previous session, we have started discussing about cloud computing, right? So this cloud computing means, so you are going to get all the required infrastructure like a server, network, databases, applications. These all components you are going to get from service provider. Like our service provider is AWS, Amazon Web Services, right? So similar, just like AWS, we have Azure, we have GCP, we have Alibaba Cloud, we have Oracle Cloud, we have Rackspace, we have Fujitsu, we have a lot of cloud service providers. So with whom you're going doesn't matter. But end of the day, the cloud service provider is going to provide you some servers, some networks, some databases that required to deliver our application. These all resources you can create based on your requirement. You can delete once you're done with your requirement. You can upgrade, you can downgrade, all those things. Okay, so no commitment, nothing, right? So that is what exactly this cloud computing means. So the best example is Google Drive. So you're simply signing up for this Google service and you started storing all your files. Are you maintaining any hardware? Are you purchasing any hardware? No, right? So whenever you create a Google account, you're going to get 15 GB. So that 15 GB is free. They're giving it for complimentary, right? As you started using their services. But if you want to store 100 GB data, so definitely we need to pay monthly. So even whenever you are purchasing that 100 GB plan, are you purchasing any hardware? Tomorrow you don't require that service, you can cancel it, right? So it's everything virtual. And based on your requirement, you can upgrade or you can downgrade. Okay. So in simple, instead of purchasing your own hardware, you're going to use AWS hardware. As you are using AWS hardware, you're going to pay some money for the resources. That is what this cloud computing mechanism is. Okay. So this cloud computing has 5 advantages. We already discussed this also in our last session. We even perform some hands-on things on this resource pooling and this elasticity, right? Okay. So on-demand self-service means what exactly service you really require. You can pick the service, you can use the service, and once you're done with the requirement, you can delete the service. So on demand, you are picking. Again, if you observe my AWS account, right, let me quickly log in. So I have logged into my AWS account. So if you observe, I have a lot of services here. Even, you know what, in AWS, we have some services like AWS RoboMaker, where you can design your robots, right? AWS has a service called Ground Station. So that ground station, right, you can send a satellite and you can operate that satellite. So you name something that is available with AWS. Big data, we have EMR. Machine learning, we have SageMaker, right? Artificial intelligence, we have services. So recently this AI also, Gen AI, AWS came up with a service called Bedrock. So you name something, it's available. Just like, ChatGPT, we can use Gen AI. That service name is Bedrock. Recently, it's generally available for everyone. And even to write your code, you don't need to depend on ChatGPT. AWS designed a service, even if you're not a programmer, but you have a requirement that you want to generate some code, you want to generate some program. We can generate with the help of a service called Code Whisperer. So you name something that is available with AWS. Okay, so that is the reason AWS is a global leader in this segment. Okay, I'll talk about that AWS and other service provider comparison in our coming session. Okay, I'll talk about that in detail. But whatever the services I'm talking here, am I going to pay for all the services just because I have an AWS account? For example, you see this AWS Telco Network Builder. So where we can design and deliver a telecom network, right? For example, Verizon is partner with AWS, AT&T is partner with AWS. Why? Because AWS is providing required infrastructure. Okay, so there is a service called AWS Workspace. So who works for this telecom providers, right? So the company will give a laptop. This end user, he should not perform anything in that laptop. A VM will come. He have to perform everything within the VM. The guy is sitting here in Hyderabad, but the VM is in USA. From USA, the VM is delivering. Okay, the VM, why it is delivering from USA? Those service providers are USA service providers. So they have to comply with the US government defined standards. Okay, so wherever the end customer is there, he have to use a device that is virtually sitting in USA only. So such type of requirements also we can fulfill with this cloud service providers, right? So what exactly service we really using, we are going to get charged. So that is what on-demand self-service means. Okay, so the second one is broad network access and high availability. Whatever the service we are using in AWS, right? Automatically we are going to get some availability and durability values. 99.99% availability, 99.99 durability for S3 platform. Okay, and also their business is this delivering cloud services, right? So what AWS did, AWS built data centers across the globe. So if you observe only India, we have 2 data centers, right? 2 regions, not technically data center. So region is something different, data center is different. Every region contains minimum 3 data centers. In Mumbai, we have 3 data centers. In Hyderabad, we have 3 data centers. Okay. So, yeah, in same manner, in Canada, we have one. In Europe, we have these, right? In South America, we have. In US, we have. And these are, I have not enabled whenever any new region comes, right? So by default, it will be in disabled state. If you really want to enable, you have an option here. Manage regions, where you can go and you can enable these regions. Okay, we can simply go here. For example, I started want to use this Cape Town, right? South Africa one. I can go and I can enable this. So that I allowed to launch a server, right? The server physically runs in that Cape Town data center. Okay. So that is what this high availability and broad network access is. And not only that, to reduce the latency, AWS have a component called edge locations. These edge locations, right? We have around 400 plus edge locations. Okay. So edge location is near to customer location, right? The data is going to cache. Cache means temporarily storing the data. So whatever application we have in Mumbai, right? We have a customer in USA. When he is trying to access, obviously he will get some latency, right? So you got latency. Yesterday we discussed that. Okay. So time, how much time it is taking to get a response from that server. So the latency also we can reduce. So across the globe, we have 400 plus edge locations. If you're taking India, we have one in Chennai, one is in Bangalore, one is in Hyderabad, one is in New Delhi, one is in Mumbai, one is in Kolkata. So you can sit anywhere in India, whatever application you're getting from cloud, okay, you can access it without any latency. Just assume you have to build similar kind of network for your organization. How much money your organization need to spend? But here, pay as you go. If you are using the service, you are going to get charged. How much data is transferring, you are going to get charged. So that is a advantage of this cloud computing. Then we have this resource pooling. We are going to get resources virtually, right? So the underlying hardware may contain multiple customer resources also. Both customers are going to get charged less. And then rapid elasticity. You can easily upgrade, you can easily downgrade whatever the resource you are going to get from AWS. Then every resource you're using, right? it is going to be measured in form of a metric. It's going to be measured in form of a metric. So based on that usage only, we are going to get charged. So these are the advantages of cloud computing. So here in today's session, we are going to discuss deployment models of cloud computing. Okay, we are going to discuss deployment models. This is also an important topic. This is somewhat important topic. Okay, so the first one is public cloud. Okay, so this public cloud, technically it's open for everyone. Public cloud is open for everyone. So as I told you, AWS has some data centers, right? So if you observe AWS data center images, so just go to these images and observe this. These are some AWS data center images. So what AWS is doing, AWS building such type of data centers across the globe. In India, we have some in Mumbai, some here in Hyderabad. Okay. So within that, we are going to have such type of server racks, networks racks, right? So this everything, this infra, completely managed by AWS. Customer don't have access to that location. Okay. If you have an AWS account, are you allowed to visit the data center? No. So if they are facing any issue, are you allowed to use, are you allowed to go inside and are you allowed to fix the issue? No. The logic is very simple. Treat this public cloud as a public transport. It's open for everyone. For example, you are using metro rail, right? Whenever you are purchasing a ticket, will they ask you who you are? They even don't ask your name also, right? They will ask you, okay, where you want to go. They will take money, give the ticket, right? So you are going to purchase a ticket and you are going to use that, right? So it's open for everyone. Why? Because that's the reason we're calling it as a public transport. Okay. So here, this public cloud, it's open for everyone. Whether you are a student, right? Whether you're using, whether you're a working professional, for commercial purpose, you're going to create AWS account. For non-commercial purpose, non-government purpose, what purpose you're going to request an account doesn't matter. Okay. If you give valid payment information, they will give you an account. Right? So that is what this public cloud means. Now, one important thing about this. So you purchase ticket, you are traveling. Suddenly, due to some technical issues, the train got stopped. The train got stopped. Now, who will fix the issue? You or your co-passengers? The service provider. So L&T is Hyderabad's metro service provider, right? Now immediately L&T is going to send their expertise team. Those team is going to investigate. That specific team is going to investigate and they will fix the issue. Even if you come forward and if you ask, okay, I know the issue, I want to fix this. Will they allow? No. So whatever data center we are getting from AWS, if any issue occurred, AWS will fix the issue. Okay, you don't have any access to that infra. You're not going to have any access to the AWS data center, right, to fix the issues. Even whose responsibility is, even if you go, if you come forward, but whose responsibility is to maintain that? So obviously service provider responsibility, right? So when coming to maintenance part, service provider takes care about maintenance. Okay, so this is about public cloud. So examples, AWS comes under public cloud, Azure, GCP, right? So on. The list is very big. Okay, so that is a public cloud option. Clear? Any questions on this public cloud? Any question on this public cloud? Online users, online guys, any questions on public cloud? All right. So now the second option is private cloud. So this private cloud is like your own car. Public cloud is like a public transport, right? But this private cloud is like your own car. Okay. So who can use your car? In general, who can use your car? You and your family persons, right? So same way here, this private cloud, not open for all, dedicated to one organization. It's not open for all. Okay. Are you going to use your car as a public transport? Definitely no, right? So, right, you can use it, or your family members, your brother, right, or someone else from your family can use it. Okay, it's dedicated to one particular organization only. Now, when coming to this maintenance, let's take same thing. Here, some issue occurred. The train got stopped. Who fixed the issue? That service provider expert team came and they fixed the issue. Here in private cloud, that's your own car. Suddenly something happened to the car. Let's take a flat tire. Okay, so let's assume flat tire. Who will fix the issue? Who have to fix the issue? We have to, as it is our own property. Okay, but it's a brand new car. You purchased yesterday only. You don't know anything. So then, see, two scenarios. If you know how to fix it, you can go and fix it. That is one scenario. Second scenario is, yes, get help from third party guy. Get a help from some third party organization. So here in private cloud, right, you can fix issues or get assistance or help from third party. It depends. For example, right, I learned, I expertised in that maintenance activities and all. I no need to call someone to fix the issue. But if I'm not good, I can simply, right, give a AMC, annual maintenance contract. Okay, whatever the issues occurring in my infra, you have to fix. So that organization, what they will do, they will send one employee, and one employee always works here. When something is happened to that infra, this guy is responsible. Okay. So even though it is my infrastructure, but I'm taking help of a different organization. The real world example is ICICI. So you know ICICI data center, we have it in financial district. That is ICICI tower, right, in Hyderabad. In 7th floor, we have a data center, right? But ICICI main purpose, their main focus is on banking sector. ICICI don't recruit any system administrators, any data center engineers. What they are doing? Who is providing support to them? Infosys. So what ICICI will do? Okay, every year I'm giving you 10 crores. As I'm giving you 10 crores, you maintain my entire data center. One server is not working, so one service is down. Whose responsibility? It's Infosys responsibility. Okay, so this is one example. Another example is Dell has their own data center. HP has their own data centers. What they did, they have not given any contract. What they did, they recruited their own engineers. If something is not working in the data center, their engineers have to work and they need to fix it. Okay, so see the difference. That ICICI giving completely annual contract and Infosys is taking care about that entire infra. But in this HP, right, they are not taking any third-party organization help, but they are recruiting the engineers. They are maintaining their own infrastructure. Okay, so that is what private cloud is. Now, where this private cloud exists, it may be in our location or it may be in some remote location. Okay. Best example for this private cloud is AWS only. Yeah, AWS also provide private cloud. So what AWS will do, if you are opting for private cloud, AWS build some servers. AWS will take a server rack or network rack. They are going to build some servers for us. They are going to send that entire rack to our office. So even through our service provider is AWS, but servers is in our office network. So the best example for this is AWS Outpost. So what exactly this AWS Outpost? See this on-premise private cloud. So if you order this AWS Outpost, AWS is going to send some servers. Here is a rack images and all. Okay, so you can check that under images section. This is a rack where AWS is going to prepare all this based on our requirement, and they're going to send this to our office. So our server is in our office network. Or our servers, we can even ask, okay, don't send this servers to my location. Keep it in data center only. But don't give any access to any other organization. Okay, so that also we can call it as a private cloud. Important thing is, it's not shared with any other customers. Okay, the servers, the network, it won't share with any other customers. Okay, so the advantage if you are using this, if you are using this AWS Outpost, if something happened to the server, AWS will take care. Okay, the maintenance is completely AWS responsibility. So that is what this private cloud is. Any questions on this private cloud? Guys, online guys, is private cloud topic clear? Give some response in chat box. Okay, just 2 responses. You know what happens, right? Someone will give response, and end of the day, no one will give response, right? Okay, right. The third option is hybrid cloud. This is widely used one. This is widely used one among all these options. In my current project, we are using this hybrid cloud only. We are using this hybrid cloud only. So in this hybrid cloud mechanism, it's combination of one or more cloud services. Okay, let's take a simple example. I'll take my organization example only. Okay, my organization is there before cloud also. Before cloud taking this entire market, right? At that time, what my organization did, they built some data centers. We have a data center, right? So, like, every application and everything is delivering from the data center. Later, what happened? This cloud is gaining more market share. So my organization also came to know about these cloud advantages. So they did some research. Now they compared. Basically, we have some calculators like a TCO calculator. TCO means total cost of ownership. So if we own 100 servers in our data center, how much we are spending? If we have same 100 servers in AWS, how much we are going to spend? Financially compared everything, cloud coming at low cost. Cloud coming at very, very low cost compared to maintaining our own servers. But we already have a lot of servers. Now, what we can do? Migrate everything and delete this data center? No, we already spent a lot of amount already, right? So I'm going to keep this, but all new projects, all new requirements, I'm going to build in cloud. So today we even have on-premise data center, but if any new project is coming, we are not going to purchase any new server. We are going to launch server in AWS. And sometimes what happened, this AWS server have to access this on-premise server. Some service is hosted in this on-premise. Okay. Some services, for example, some database and everything hosted in this on-premise, right? So this cloud web server need to access on-premise database. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. We have VPN connectivity, we have direct connectivity, such type of options. We can enable communication between our existing infrastructure and cloud infrastructure. In that scenario, we are going to have hybrid cloud. That is one example. Another example is, let's assume you are using AWS and you created some servers. Now you decided to create one database. But what happened, the database cost is a bit high in AWS and it's very, very less in Azure. Now, what I have to do? If it is a regular outside shopping mall, if something is less than one supermarket and another component is very costly. If you go to another supermarket, what happened? Right, another component is easy, less cost. So you go to two supermarkets and get both at less price, right? So same way here, one service is very, very low cost in AWS. Another service is low cost in Azure. Now I want to use these services, these two services, and I want to deliver my application. Can I enable communication between this AWS and Azure? The answer is yes. Okay. So in that scenario also, we are going to call it as a hybrid cloud. So in simple, it's combination of multiple deployment options. It's a combination of multiple deployment options. Either it may be AWS plus Azure or any other services. Okay, I'm just adding it as an example. Not only AWS plus Azure, AWS plus GCP, Azure plus GCP also. We can call it as a hybrid cloud. Or cloud plus our existing office network. Existing office network, technically we call it as a on-premise. The word on-premise, okay, is a proper word. Cloud plus on-premise. We can call that also as a hybrid cloud. Okay. Now, when coming to maintenance part, it depends. For example, if you are using AWS plus Azure, AWS will take care about AWS environment. Azure will take care about Azure environment. You don't need to worry about anything. Only connectivity you have to take care. Okay. And this cloud, AWS will take care. In our case, it's AWS, right? AWS will take care about AWS. But how about this existing office network? Again, that my company's decision. They want to recruit, they want to manage, they can. Otherwise, simply they can give contract to third-party organization. Okay. So this is what hybrid cloud means. So as I told you, in my project, we are using, we are in this hybrid cloud mechanism, right? So how we establish the connectivity? To establish the connectivity, we have used AWS Direct Connect. AWS Direct Connect is a service, okay? So what AWS will do, AWS will ask us, okay, from where you want to establish this connectivity. Okay, all my resources are in Mumbai region and my office is in here in Hyderabad. I want to establish a connectivity. Now what AWS will do, AWS will fetch a fiber cable. How exactly we get internet to our homes, right? To our home, mostly we will get connectivity through cables, right? AWS will fetch a cable from your office to AWS data center, right? That service, we call it as a AWS Direct Connect. Again, are they going to fetch a cable from Mumbai to here? No, they actually partner with some telecom services. These telecom services, right? They already have a lot of cable connectivity across the, country, across the globe also. Okay. So for example, if you're taking this Hyderabad location, Jio, Sifi, Airtel. These three already have connectivity to AWS data centers. So from nearby point of contact, you're going to get a cable. AWS is going to place some hardware device so that you can access all your AWS resources without internet also. Okay. So that is what this hybrid cloud means. Right. Is this concept clear? Any questions on this hybrid cloud? Okay, Mallikarjun said clear. Guys, make it as an interactive one. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Okay, I can understand if it is a Monday, yeah, you might have Monday blues, right? Hangovers, all those things, right? But it's Tuesday. Be active, okay? It's not even Tuesday, it's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So midweek, you, where is that energy? Yeah, please. Yeah. Okay. How we can connect AWS plus Azure? Right. So we can depend on this direct connect. That's the first thing. Second thing is we can use site-to-site VPN connectivity. Okay. We have an option. We have some virtual firewalls, virtual VPN softwares. Right. You might aware about VPN, right? So what we can do, we can deploy a VPN server in AWS and we can configure Azure subnets there so that communication will happen, right? So even we have a lot of articles on this. Enable communication between AWS and Azure. Okay. So if you observe, connect AWS and Azure by using BGP. BGP is a protocol, okay? Okay. So you see here, it's an official document only. Microsoft is guiding us how we can establish connectivity between AWS and Azure. This is AWS, this is Azure. Okay. So we can establish. Yeah, what need to do? What is the first part? Create an active VPN gateway in Azure, right? So then after you go to AWS, connect to your VPN gateway from AWS. Okay, so then communication will establish. Two tunnels will come, tunnel 1 and tunnel 2. So the communication will happen, both tunnel up and running. So the communication will happen. Yeah, we have a primary component that is site-to-site VPN. Yeah, this is from Azure to AWS. Again, two-way communication happen. Same way, we can create resource in AWS and you can connect to Azure also. That article also available. You can refer that. Okay. As part of the course, I'm going to migrate a server from Azure to AWS, but this connectivity not really required. Okay. So in our interview, you can expect a question on what kind of deployment or environment you're using. So you can mention this hybrid only or completely public. If you're confident enough, you can mention it. Okay, my current project is hybrid. So why hybrid? Have you built a hybrid cloud? How these servers are communicating each other? So if you're saying hybrid, you will get a lot of unnecessary questions. If you're saying, okay, we have some servers in AWS, some other servers in Azure. Generally, organizations stick to one service provider. Okay. So you mentioned your entire resources is in AWS, everything running on AWS. That is one answer. We don't have any resource in on-premise, everything is in AWS. So technically you are saying you are using public cloud deployment method. That is one option. Another option, if you already have some work experience, or if you read some documentation, or if you complete this direct connect session, right? So if you're confident enough, you can mention our environment is hybrid environment. We already have some servers. Remaining all servers or new requirements we are creating in AWS. Now, next question from the interviewer. How you establish a connectivity? So we can use B2B, business to business, side to side VPN connectivity, or else we can use direct connect. You can simply say, yeah, we are using direct connect. It's already established. Even in this direct connect creation, right? We don't need to do much things. You just create a request, AWS will do remaining all work. Fetching cable, AWS work. Configuring that network, AWS work. Okay. AWS, end of the day, will enable communication between your on-premise servers and AWS. You can mention we are using hybrid cloud. Okay. And I want you to answer this only in your interview. I want you to answer this. Why? Because 90% of organizations are using that deployment method only. 90% of organizations using that specific deployment method only. Okay. Right. Okay, I can see some questions here. Are there any other options like AWS Direct Connect? Either Direct Connect or VPN, side-to-side VPN, Syed. How cost saves in hybrid cloud if on-premise is there? See, you are not expanding that on-premise. First question, first statement here. You already have data center. You are still using the data center. No resource wastage. But if any new requirement comes, you are going to use this. You are going to create that server in AWS and you are going to deliver your application. Okay. So you are using cloud advantages as well as no resource. So hybrid is more popular. Just because of AWS, right? What are the millions I already spent on my data center? Do you want me to decommission that entire data center? Definitely no, right? Yeah. And also, why organizations are preferring to go with this hybrid mechanism? Let me tell you, I already have a lot of servers. So generally, whenever any project, like, whenever our organization get any project, right, there is a process to get the project. So simply organization, for example, one XYZ client is there. He want a mobile application. How many companies are there to design a mobile application? N number of companies, right? But to which company is going to give? Even if you have a lot of money, let's assume you have a lot of money, you want a mobile application. Now, whom you are going to contact and to whom you are going to give that project? Best in the market? Not always. They may not take, for example, best in the market, like, let's take IBM is best in market, assume. If you go and ask, okay, my budget is 5 lakhs. I want you to design a mobile application. Will they accept? No, right? They have some budgets, they have some flow, right? So even let's assume your budget is huge, but the process is there is a concept called POC, proof of concept. Okay, you are going to give same work to two to three companies. Okay, what exactly work they completed, right? You are going to review the 2 to 3 companies' work. Whose work is more impressive, you are going to give a contract. Now, among 3 companies, only 1 company is going to get the project. What about remaining 2 organizations? They are not going to get any project. Let's assume you have to do a POC for one of the major client. Now, just for POC, are you going to purchase a server? Are you going to purchase a server just for that POC? No, we are not 100% sure whether we are going to get that project or not. So what we can do, such type of temporary requirements also, we can use cloud. That is also one of the main reason why organizations are going with the cloud. Pay as you go. You complete the POC, if project comes, you continue if you really want. Otherwise, if no project, delete. That is one reason. Second reason why organizations are going with this cloud, right? Load is unpredictable in this digital world. Have you heard about an application called Face App? Have you tried Face App? How many days you tried? How many days you use that application? 1 to 2 months. See, recently this Facebook released a Twitter-like application called Threads. Do you have Threads in your mobile? Are you using? But first 1 week, 10 days, everybody downloaded, everybody spend some time, but now no one is using it. Okay. So during the 10 days, we are getting heavy load. Just for the 10 days, are you going to purchase new servers? Or this sales happen, right? Great Indian sale, big billion sales. During the time only, you're going to do a lot of shopping. Whether you really require that item or not, doesn't matter. They are giving 20% discount so that you are going to purchase that item. Okay. So because of discount, you are purchasing an item, right? So during that 10 days only, we are going to get a lot of traffic. Now tell me, just for the 10 days, do you want me to purchase some additional servers? Now, if it is AWS, okay. If it is an AWS, my application is running in AWS. For the 10 days, I'm going to run my application with 100 servers. After 10 days, I'm going to delete 50 servers. Just for 10 days only, I'm going to pay for 100 servers. Remaining entire month, 355 days, I'm going to pay for only 50 servers. My requirement is fulfilled, right? My load also, I'm able to handle the load also. So such type of unpredictable loads, unstable workloads, this cloud is good. Okay. So immediately, just because of sale, fine, you went out and you purchased some servers, you build the servers. After sale, what you are going to do with that servers? That is a big question. Okay. So because of, by considering all these things, organizations are using cloud. Okay. Right. AWS not there and company hardware not there. What people that old days? See, in olden days, for example, you want to send money to your friend. Okay. No banks, no UPI. How you are going to send money to your friend? Okay. For example, post also not there. Before post, no one send any money to anyone. Yeah. Someone need to go there. You have to take that money. You have to go there and you have to give it. Okay. So before this digital, how marketing happened? Now everything is digital marketing, right? Advertising and everything. Before this digital, how marketing happened? Wall posters, pamphlets, radios. So always there is a way. But now, after some days, you want to send some money, you want to give some money to your friend. So you have to go to his place or you have to come to your place. You are going to give money. This is one old era. Medium era, we got some banks concept. You go to your nearby bank, you deposit and the money will send to your friend. That will take around 1 to 2 hours. You need to go there, you need to fill up voucher, you need to stand, and that even money also won't not used to credit in beneficiary account immediately. It's going to take some time, 1 hour or 2 hours, then he will get money. But now, in digital era, take out your phone, enter his phone number, send money. That's it. In all three ways, you're doing same thing. Your requirement is fulfilling in all three ways, but which one you prefer? So, Manoj, for your question, before AWS, before cloud, what happened? There is some ways. So, okay. So now you have a website. At that time, what is the use of website when there is no digital things? So, I hope that answers your question, Manohar. Do we need to some networking courses? I'm going to talk about networking components as part of this course, Sajid. Solution architect role. We will discuss that regular questions after 5 minutes. Will be given hands-on on real-time project. Yes, those all regular questions. I'm going to take you through all that questions in some time, Kiran. Is there any other use case for hybrid cloud other than cost? See, end of the day, cost is a primary thing. That is a primary thing and that is a main thing, okay? Yeah. To reduce the burden also. Okay. if I'm keep on adding more servers in my data center, I need to recruit more guys to maintain that. So now I need to pay salaries. I need to maintain that employees. So if you're going cloud, one guy can maintain entire cloud environment. So the management also secondary thing, Kiran. So one is cost, second one is management. Okay, do you allow us to speak once? Yeah, see now also, if you want to, you can ask your questions. Venkat, see, I can unmute you. Okay, so Hyperledger, no, we are not going to talk about that Hyperledger, but let me tell you something about this, Venkat. So we are going to discuss core infra services. Once you complete core infra services, you can design or you can start working on any AWS service. Okay. Right. The last option is community cloud. First of all, this is not very famous. This is not very famous. Okay. Even I don't want you to answer this community cloud in your interview also. So when coming to this community cloud, the mechanism is group of organizations. They're going to build a data center. That group of organizations use a data center. Okay. The logic is very simple. You have a requirement that you need a 3 BHK house and a small tennis court. Okay. And a swimming pool, a small park. That is what your requirement. Okay. How much money you should have to get all these? In Hyderabad, how much approximately? Once year. What you will get? Okay. Get me a 3 BHK at 1 CR with a park and tennis court. I'll give 1 CR commission. Gated community. I'm not talking about communities. That is what my requirement. Okay. So now, just like me, someone you also have similar requirement. You also have similar requirement. Now, see the requirement I mentioned, right? We need to have at least 5 to 10 crores. Then we can fulfill it. But I don't have that money. So instead of I'm spending 5 crores, 5 guys is going to pool that 5 crores. Those 5 guys are going to build that, and those 5 guys are going to use that. The only thing, first and second scenario, in first scenario, you're not able to purchase all that because of huge expenses. In second scenario, what you are doing, you are compromising on resource sharing so that your requirements are fulfilling. And some organizations actually doing business in this community cloud mechanism. Okay, in this community cloud, right? So for example, Adani data centers recently opened in Vizag. Okay, and Control S, NTT Data. What their business is, they build data center, right? For small organizations and all, they are going to give the data centers on rented basis. Okay, you sign a contract with them, you can start deploying your server and start using that server. Okay, so here the only concept is group of organizations build and use data center. Who maintains a data center? One of the organization from that community, or they can simply give it to third party organization. Okay, so this is not so popular. Before public cloud, right? We used to use this community cloud, but now everybody is with public cloud only. So as I told you in your interview, if you got any question, what is the deployment model you are using? So your answer should be either public cloud or hybrid cloud. Okay. This private cloud, again, how the private cloud is designed, how many servers you have, how big the data center is, where the data center is, who is the service provider, you will get a lot of unnecessary questions. Okay, right. So how AWS placing AWS outpost, all those unnecessary questions. So to not get that, simply stick to this hybrid cloud or public cloud. Okay. Right. Let me copy all this to our document. I'm preparing the document, right? This demo.txt. I'll share it. Okay. So, right. As AWS also required some computer net, will you cover networking? Yes, as I told you, I'm going to take networking basics. I can even show you a simple document, Akash. So if you observe this specific document, the previous batch one, where is that completed? If you observe one of the previous one, I'm going to observe this document, okay? I'm going to explain what is IP address, what is public IP, what is private IP, what is IPv4 and IPv6, what are the classes we have, and how we can do calculations, what is subnet, right? How to calculate that subnet mask. First, I'm going to discuss all these things, then only I'm going to start VPC concept. Okay, obviously, knowing that basics definitely required. So I hope that answers your question, Akash Deep. Right. Can you please repeat the public cloud? The public cloud is open for everyone. Okay, no restrictions. Anyone can go and create an account. Whether you are a student or working for professional or you're working for some XYZ corporate organization or you're working for Indian government, doesn't matter. They don't ask you anything. You gave valid payment information, AWS will give an account to you. You create servers and you started using it. That is what public cloud is, Sayed. AWS Direct Connect in similar, what is a component? I think there is a service, Azure Hybrid Cloud. There are multiple solutions. There is a service I'm not able to recall. Azure Arc. So we have a lot of multi-cloud solutions also. Okay, right. So with that, I'm closing the technical discussion. So if you have any regular, let me quickly upload this document and let me share you the link. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about service models of the cloud computing. With that topic, we are going to complete this cloud computing. We are going to start actual AWS. Okay. See, observe this cloud computing is a prerequisite. It is a prerequisite to start learning any cloud platform. Whether it is a AWS or Azure, these all things are going to be same. Okay. So treat it as a prerequisite. So definitely you need to know what exactly this hybrid, what is public. You may get some questions in your interview as well. Okay. Right. Let me quickly upload this file to, and let me share the link. Sorry. Yes. So here is a link. I'm going to yesterday. If you already took that picture yesterday, you can use same thing. The link is same. There is no change in the link. This is a link. Also, I already shared that link via chat box. Share course content also available in this link only, Venkat. If you go through this link, okay. If you just open this link in your browser, if you scroll down bit, you can see this link, okay. Course content. Just copy that URL, paste it in new tab, you will get the course content. What exactly the flow, what services we are going to discuss, everything, you can get it here. Okay. Okay, so Debajyoti, yes, I already told you I'll definitely discuss your point, right? Okay, so Jyoti actually has a question. What exactly this measured service advantage is, right? So, Jyoti, I have one question. For example, you're staying in a hotel. Let's assume you're staying in a hotel, right? How you are going to pay to that hotel? As you're staying in that hotel, are you going to pay for monthly basis or daily basis or even some hotels, right? Pay as you go hourly basis. If they are opting, how you are going to pay? Okay, so we are going to pay per day basis. Why you are not paying entire month? The reason we are not going to use for an entire month, right? Okay, so here that hotel room is measuring per day price. Okay, or for example, you went to a milk booth, you're trying to purchase some milk. How you are going to purchase? Per liter cost. So that is what the measure here, right? In hotel per day measure. Whenever you are going to that milk booth, are you going to pay for entire milk available in that booth? Definitely no. How much you are purchasing, how much you really required. For that only you are going to pay. So the advantage is, right, you are paying for the resource you are actually using. Okay. So that is what pay as you go method. Okay. So I hope you got the answer. The measured service means every resource you are using in AWS, it will measure. If it is a server, per second basis. If it is a storage, per GB basis. Okay. If you are storing 1 GB, this is what the cost. 1 MB, this is what the cost. Right? So, based on your usage, you are going to get charged. That is what measured service means. Okay? Right. So, any other technical questions from anyone? Okay. So, right. I'm going to talk about these general questions. If you have any questions, please be here. Otherwise, feel free to leave. If you already, in our previous session, if you already completed all these questions, I really don't want to waste your time. You already gone through this. Again, same thing I'm going to talk. So feel free to leave this meeting or classroom. Yeah. I'll be on mute for 30 seconds. Then I'll take you through all these questions. Previous recording links also available in same URL, Venkat. Previous recording links, you can observe this demo.txt. If you observe day 1 and day 2 recording links. Online guys, I'm allowing you to unmute so that we can discuss. If you have any questions, we can discuss. So you can unmute and you can discuss any question.
Sir, are you going to teach us the Terraforms? Hello, sir. Are you able to hear me?
I think he's not able to hear us.
Hello, sir.
I have pinged already. So, sir, let him reply.
Guys, actually my laptop got struck. Okay, that is a reason. I'm not able to answer. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, will you be teaching us Terraforms?
See, AWS has equivalent service called Cloud Formation. I'm going to teach you that Cloud Formation.
Sir, this is an out of the context question actually. So looking for a course on Hadoop and Kafka. So do you have any kind of courses?
No, it's a bit difficult to get a
Sorry,
course
sir?
on that.
Sorry?
It's a bit difficult to get a course on that. Yeah.
Okay. Not even dedicated Kafka.
No, I don't have any idea on that. Sorry.
Okay, sir.
Sir, will you cover site-to-site replications?
We are going to cover database migration service. We are going to cover server migration service. We are going to cover replications. Yes, we are going to cover.
Sir, in YouTube, I was just searching that you have course on Docker and Kubernetes, right? So whenever you'll be starting that course, please let us know. I have to also
See,
join.
there is no, I'm going to, I already made a pre-recorded one that I'm going to share you with guys. Okay, there is no dedicated course required. As part of this course itself, we are going to discuss Docker and Kubernetes.
No, you don't run any dedicated course, in-depth knowledge where I'll be getting on Docker and Kubernetes.
No, we are going to discuss ECS. Okay. AWS own container service.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are going to, you're going to gain required amount of knowledge.
Fine.
Hello, sir. This is Manoj here.
Yes, Manoj.
Yeah. So, sir, I would like to know what are the job roles I can expect after completing the course.
Okay, there is a let me quickly join from my laptop. So the thing is, my laptop got struck suddenly. Okay, I joined from mobile. So let me log in so that I can take you through a document.
because why I asked this question, let me tell you that because I have around 15 years experience now in the IT field. So what I'm expecting as a solution architect role after the completion of the course, but I just wanted to know if you can do that, or I mean, I just want to know that.
Right. Manoj, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Manoj, see, this designed to complete multiple certification exams.
Mhm.
Let me open the document so that I can take you through it. No host permissions. So it's not allowing me to share my screen as I rejoined actually. So I can tell you one thing that, so
Yeah.
this course actually designed to clear 3 certification exams. One is Cloud Practitioner, second one is Solution Architect Associate, third one is SysApps Administrator. So you can complete these 3 courses, these 3 certification exams. And after completing this course, you can try for some job roles like AWS engineer, cloud engineer, AWS administrator, or AWS operations associate or engineer. Okay. So these are the job roles you can try after this course.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So when you say they like the operations engineer, because AWS I am clear. I mean, I will getting to know about AWS and all. I think that that part I am clear. But when we talk about these infrastructure roles and all, do we need any other skill apart from AWS like Linux, Unix, and maybe
Linux I'm going
DevOps?
to teach you as part of this course.
So that
Linux,
should be
I'm
enough.
going to, yes, along with that, okay, along with that, I already made a pre-recorded course. I'm going to share that course as well. And on top of it, Naresh IT also offering a free Linux course. So you can opt that as well. So you
Okay.
have multiple options, but I'm going to teach you how much we really require to progress in this course, right?
Hmm.
So that I'm going to cover as part of the course itself.
Correct. So I got it. So when I look into like Linux part, so I think that is free as you mentioned. So that also we can learn, and that will that help me when I'm opting for any kind of roles that I discussed, like an architect role.
Yes, it definitely, it's a prerequisite. 1 second. 1 second. I'm calling them to provide me the host permissions, okay?
Okay.
So that I can share a document so we can discuss better.
Sure. Sure.
Right. I got co-host permissions.
Yeah.
Okay. So first thing, do we need any experience to learn AWS? The answer is no. I'm going to teach you everything from scratch. Even if you observe yesterday's video, I even discussed what exactly server also. Okay. So do we need Linux experience? The answer is 100% you required Linux. Why? Because launching a server is not at all sufficient. Sometimes we need to perform OS level operations also. And at enterprise level, obviously we are going to use Linux instances only, Linux servers only. So Linux knowledge definitely required. That I'm going to teach you as part of this course. And as I told you, after this course, which job roles you can apply? Cloud engineer or AWS administrator or any operations. And if you already know some development knowledge, you can even complete this course and you can focus more on this Lambda and cloud formation that I'm going to teach you as part of this course. So then you can promote yourself as a AWS developer.
Okay.
So then, do you need to learn any DevOps services? See, in AWS, we have all equivalent services. For example, we have code commit, code build, code deploy, code pipeline, that is same. Those all services used for CI/CD purpose. So to perform CI/CD, you don't require any additional services. All services provided by AWS is too sufficient to achieve that. And also AWS has its own container service called ECS. Just like how exactly we have EKS, we have ECS, and how exactly we have Docker Hub. So similar way we have ECR. I'm going to explain this ECR and ECS. That is too sufficient to promote yourself or to showcase your containerization experience. Okay. Along with that, I'm going to give a free Jenkins course and free GitHub course. And this course is completely hands-on. Everything we are going to discuss here and hands-on only. And whoever joins this course, we are going to give a free AWS account. So technically we call it as a sandbox account. And we are going to perform some migration projects also. And every single day, once course is finalized, once batch is finalized, I'm going to give a task. If you are able to complete all the given tasks, you can add at least 3 to 4 years experience to your profile. And it's going to be like, take 45 working sessions every day, 1 hour to 1 hour, 10 or 15 minutes. And the sandbox account is valid for 3 months. So you can practice in that sandbox account for 3 months very freely. So generally, for the points I'll take you through, but suddenly my laptop struck and not able to share the screen, join from mobile, right? These all things, disturbance happen.
Sure. So, sir, if we complete this AWS course along with Linux, as you said, then I should be good enough, right, for the market.
Yes, for AWS operations job, you are good enough. You don't require any additional things. But if you even want to add some DevOps services, DevOps things, so you can complete this free Jenkins course I'm giving, free GitHub course, and you can even practice this, right? Containers. So then you can even add all these automation things also to your profile. Okay. And even like, I want to confirm one thing for whoever the guys joined today. See, if you just go to this AWS, go to Google and search for AWS Community Builder directory. Okay. So you can see this AWS Community Builder directory and search here Avinash or Avinash Reddy. So you can see my name here. AWS recognized my work. The things I'm delivering is matching with AWS standards. If you click on this, it will take you to my LinkedIn profile. And even yesterday itself, one of my previous student, you see this? One day ago, right, he wrote a post that he cleared AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate certification. You can see that here. So certification part, I'm going to standard AWS listed in their official website. Okay. So you can understand the standard also. And also if you have any questions, so generally what happened, some guys during demo sessions, they will talk very nicely, very sweet. But once you are into the course, you don't understand anything, what they're actually talking. So if you have any such type of doubts, you go to YouTube, search for AWS Avinash Reddy. Go to AWS Avinash Reddy and here go to some videos and go to some previous videos. Okay. Right. So 6 years back, I made a video here. 5 years back, I made some video. And you see here 5 years back itself, I completed the migration from VMware to AWS. Right. So directory services 5 years ago only I completed that. Side-to-side VPN also. So some advanced topics actually I have uploaded here. If you have any doubt on how exactly I'm going to deliver, what I'm going to deliver, or some advanced topics. For example, you want to migrate a VM from Azure to AWS or GCP to AWS. Am I going to discuss that in this course? The answer is no, I'm not going to discuss, but I'll guide you to. So I'm going to explain you all the things required to perform that. and I'll give you this video so that you can migrate a server from GCP to AWS. Or this one is from Azure to AWS. Okay. So these all I already did around 4 to 5 years or 6 years back itself.
That's great to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, Avinash sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, so when we are going to practice or we are going to do some project during this course, so do we require any environment or AWS Sandbox account is sufficient for this?
See, Sandbox actually works for 3 months. So during this course, right, that is sufficient. During this course, Sandbox is sufficient, but after that 3 months again, you have to create your own AWS account.
Yes, but we don't require to download any environment, right?
No, no,
This
no.
AWS.
Just everything. It's a cloud. Everything like, over browser only. We are not
Okay,
going to use any, we really don't require any high configuration laptop.
thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I hope.
Sir, is there any classroom course available?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Is there any classroom course available in?
Yes, yes. Are you from Hyderabad?
Yes.
Okay, you can come down to Amirpet. So you can come down, you can come to this new campus, Naresh IT new campus by 7:30. The room
Okay.
number is 202. So I'll be
Okay.
available here. This is an online classroom session actually.
Right. Yeah.
So you
But
can come down.
I work in the morning timings from 6:30 to 3:30. So I'm looking for a course in the evening.
See, I am a working professional. How exactly you have limitation, right? I have a limitation. My shift timing is 2 to 11. So
Oh,
I
in the
cannot
evening.
take any session. Even if you joined our last session, I even log into one of the corporate account and I have shown how much amount we are spending. We are spending $10,000 per account. So if you are really looking for an real time or guy who is really working, so don't look for your comfort. Okay. Yeah, I generally don't take any evening sessions. Not only now, I am with Naresh IT from last 7 years. Okay.
Okay.
I never take any evening session. Why? Because my shift is that I'm working actually.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I have this constraint. So
You can register for this with recordings so that every single day you can go through that recording. If you have any doubt, you can post in Slack or you can join next day so that we can discuss. Yeah, that option available.
okay.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll come and meet one day during my week off and
Sure.
discuss about the
Yeah.
the course part.
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Krish Venkat. So you will be talking about the challenges you face during your project, real-time projects, right?
Yes,
Will
yes.
explain
So
something.
every day, like the class, the session anatomy is like first we are going to discuss why, what service we are discussing, why we are discussing, and then we are going to discuss how to configure it. Then we are going to discuss what are the common troubleshooting issues. Okay. So then we are going to discuss how you can expect interview questions on the topic. So these 4
Right.
points is our daily, session anatomy.
Right, because some instructors, what they do, they just speak what is there on the screen, and that's it, done kind
No,
of.
even I'm
But
not
since
going to
you're
even follow
experienced,
any slides. Okay. Currently,
yeah,
I'm showing slides because it is a demo. Just imagine, Venkat, this is my 115th or 16th batch. So I really don't
understand.
require any slides. So yeah.
Yeah, all that I'm expecting is, since you have real-time experience, you would have seen a lot of challenges.
Yes.
So if you could share as you explain, that would really help us. That's the only reason why I'm
Yeah,
asking.
definitely. I'm going to discuss that as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Avinash,
Yes, Divya.
Yeah, in real time, like which one is good, like AWS or Azure?
See, I can definitely say AWS has more market share. So I'll suggest you one thing, that right after the session, you go to Naukri or LinkedIn or Dice or Monster, you search for AWS jobs. The search results is going to be huge in terms of number. If you search for Azure, like compare the numbers. So that is one thing. Second thing, you just search for AWS annual revenue and search for Azure revenue. When more clients are there, more job opportunities, so that AWS also going to get more revenue. Compare Azure revenue. So basically AWS revenue is huge. So they are like, they are in market from so long time. They have more customer base and end customer friendly, user friendly. So because of all these things, right, many organizations prefer to go with AWS over Azure. So definitely you can expect more job openings for AWS compared to Azure. And even this AWS, right, it supports a lot of integrations. In that area, there's another cloud service providers are lacking. So yeah, no dependence kind of things whenever we are using AWS. That is also another point. So yeah, because of all this, I can definitely say AWS.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I hope I answered all of your questions.